So beautiful out here this morning. And the sun's out, and even ideas. Let's go.
Good morning. It's the morning, well, the late morning of day 11. We have finally disengaged ourselves from Warner Spring Community Centre. We were ready to go really early on, and then got chatting. So we blame Corey and Chelsea for our late start. Because we can, because they're not here to defend themselves.
Check out their YouTube channel.
Yep. That's Chelsea Hikes and Living the PCT respectively. This is the thing-marked private campground just outside of Warner Springs, carrying on. Loads of pitches. Scousers dropping sticks.
No water, all the water's turned off.
All the water's turned off, yeah. And these things here, which we're guessing is for hanging your food bag. Or hanging yourself if you've had enough of the PCT, I don't know. But yeah, that's an option for people who don't want to stay in the Warner Springs Centre. It's only like a mile and a half further on. We're at the highway crossing just after Warner Springs, and yeah, you can sort of see what the floods did here. There's wood piled up everywhere.
There's water if you want it.
But there's water, yeah. Two ladies collecting rubbish.
Good on them.
Bless them. And someone called Prometheus has left some sodas and beers here as well. What a good little spot. That's how you do it when you don't care about wet feet.
I'm not wearing trail runners. On a next bit slightly more dodgy creek crossing. Oh, she didn't fall. How disappointing. Damn. He is nice.
It's like being back at the beginning. It's hot. It's uphill. Having all sorts of regrets at the moment about chatting too long this morning and staying all day yesterday when it was cool and windy. But hey, having our first collapsing in the heat break in what passes for shadow around here. It's a hot one. Going over these hills somehow. I'm pretty sure we're not going over these ones, but around them. But I look reasonably intimidating from here. We're still roughly maintaining the 2 mile/h speed, which is surprising to us, because we feel like we're crawling. But yeah, I know to some people that is crawling. To us, it is not. Electrolyte time. This is the third time you cross the stream. The other one was just a prelude. I think I'll put the camera away, Well, it looks like we might not have actually had to do the last crossing, because there's been a path on this side of the stream all along as well. So we're not sure whether we were actually on the PCT or just, you know, following the path of least resistance. They're not always the same thing. Climbing out of the canyon. Suddenly we have wide open views again. Did not expect that. Pretty much looking back on where we came from, I think. Honestly, anybody who can keep a sense of direction on the PCT is a genius in my eyes. It switchbacks you so many times, half the time you feel like you're going back on yourself. Look, a view!
Yeah. Where's the wind? Cool me down.
Nearly lunchtime. It's, according to my little thermometer, 87 degrees.
Not in the park though.
It's 87 degrees Fahrenheit, which is around 35 Celsius, which is hotter than we have ever been in our entire life. And there's hardly a breeze going. So we're just hiking to the next shade and then we're going to collapse for lunch. Just finished our lunch break. Somewhere on the switchbacks. Had a little perusal of the map and it looks like we're going to stop in what? Mile and a half?
2.6, 2.7.
2.6, okay.
1,000 feet up.
Yeah. So we're 1 mile from where we're thinking of camping and this has happened.
I found shade. I love shade now. I've left hiding, married shade.
Honestly, I don't know how we're coping in this heat. Well, we know how we're coping in this heat. We're not 1 mile from where we want to camp and we cannot go another step.
But it's uphill.
It's uphill, yeah.
Not much hill, but it's still uphill.
See that ridge up there?
And shade won't come with me.
We think that's kind of where we're heading. So camp spot for the night. There's a dubious water source just down that way. So I shall go and fill up the dirty bag and see how dubious. Just drying things out a bit. Looks like that's the water source. So I'm going to follow the trail a bit further down because it sounds like there's water further down. Yeah, if you walk a little bit further down the path from the trough, you get to this, which is much nicer water, much nicer to collect as well. Today we set off from the community centre again. It's a brutally hot day. We started off with a nice stroll through the gorgeous meadows and then you start climbing and, well, you basically don't stop climbing. You keep crossing that stream a million times, so I'm still not sure how many times we were supposed to cross it. And then you just climb, and it just, yeah, it didn't stop. And we are now here at the Lost Valley Spring, which is the spring I showed you earlier.